Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. In this one I want to talk about editing productivity and particularly our mindset as it pertains to the creative expression of video editing. So as professional editors, we obviously want to be productive with our creative work and we want to be able to deliver creatively consistent results for our clients over a long period of time without burning out and ultimately getting to the end of our career. So in this video, I want to discuss one really simple concept, which has really helped my mindset as a professional editor. So here it is. Often we overestimate what we can achieve in a day and underestimate what we can achieve within a year. This is essentially looking at macro versus micro productivity. Oftentimes we're very caught up with the micro aspects of productivity and forget about the macro. It's really important to think about the macro because this is a positive mindset that we can adopt and really live out of as a professional editor or a professional creative. It's important to focus on this rather than this. So the micro mindset focuses on task-based productivity. So how fast can I achieve a task? How many meetings can I pack in a day? How many edits can I smash out? It's essentially looking at Thursday last week and asking the question, how much did I achieve on that day? Now that's great. Obviously, all of that is important to some degree, but a macro mindset looks at the bigger picture of productivity. So it's really important to look at ourselves and ask the question, what did I achieve creatively last year or even in the last 5 years? Literally just think back. If you're a professional in the industry, what did you achieve in the last 5 years on a macro scale? How many really important films did you make? How many films did you make or were you a part of that you're really proud of? How many creative things in the last 5 years stand as legacy content for you? Legacy content is content that you hope your kids' kids will view. For example, a really awesome film, a really important documentary, a piece of commercial work that stands the test of time that will constantly be referred back to. If you're a writer, it's obviously book publishing content. I think this is really important because when we view the macro, all of a sudden the micro processes don't matter. Cal Newport is a best-selling author about productivity, and he shares a story in one of his books about one of the most successfully productive authors ever to have lived. In terms of the legacy content that they've released, the macro productivity of their life, they've released an incredible amount of content into the world. But if you zoom into the micro, the everyday ebbs and flows of their creative life, you'll find them walking on the beach for 4 hours a day. You'll find them constantly at coffee shops just relaxing. And then perhaps maybe 2 or 3 really focused hours per week to write towards the next book. But the result of that is a huge amount of legacy content of really amazing creative work at the end of their life, even though the micro was less productive. For me personally, this concept between macro and micro has really helped unlock a lot of my creative systems and processes and freed me up from the stress of feeling like I have to be productive every single day and zoom out a little bit to a week, to a month, to a year, and in hindsight be able to look back and see all of the creative things that I've done and care about that more, the macro rather than the micro. And it comes back to the saying, we overestimate what we can do in a day, but we underestimate what can be achieved in a year. So how does this apply to video editing? It's all well and good to say, cool, macro productivity, let's aim for that. But on a practical level, when it comes to editing, this concept, the macro concept, requires a high level of creativity. It requires a finesse to really design and craft beautiful work that stands the test of time. So when it comes to the micro, the everyday, it's learning to build in sustainable processes where we can approach work with a clear mind, with a real excitement towards the work to give the best of ourselves towards this. Well, for me anyway, working 12 hours a day, 14 hours a day, editing is not the result to get here. A creative professional life requires a lot of input as well as output. If you're just giving out all the time creatively and not inputting creative concepts and thoughts into your mind. You're not being refreshed. It's really hard to consistently work towards really great macro work. So it's permission to slow down a little bit. It's permission to do less and to do more constructive, more creative, more intentional work. Now, it's a whole nother conversation to balance the art versus commerce of this, because we need to pay the bills. We need to provide for our families. Oftentimes we get trapped in the hustle of work to make money. But if we zoom out and think about the macro legacy that we're leaving as creatives, this thing within us to create, to produce work, to put it out into the world, what are we going to be looking back on at the end of our life? These are things that I ask myself, and it allows me to put the current moment into a little bit more of a bigger context. One massive key when it comes to working towards macro creative processes is to deploy patience. We all want to win the lottery. We all want to be successful overnight. We all want our creative careers to literally change overnight and to become all they can be, but it requires patience and it requires small, tiny little steps to work towards a big goal. A real practical example I can give you is this YouTube channel right now. I have taken it very slow. I've released videos sporadically over the last 2 or 3 years, and it is slowly growing. There are a few thousand of you that subscribe to this channel, which I appreciate every single one of you, but it has taken 3 years. But now when I look back at the last 3 years, or I look at this YouTube channel, I see all the videos that are on there, all of the comments, the community that's been formed, all of the practical commercial work that I've actually received as a result of this channel. I can look at the channel and put it in this macro legacy creative camp, and I'm really proud of it. And I will be really proud of it in 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 years time. Imagine what it will be in 10 years time, but I haven't burnt out to produce that. I've done it sustainably. I've deployed patience, a lot of patience. I could, do 4 or 5 videos a week and absolutely burn myself out, but I'm still here, and we're going to be here for the long term because of this idea of reduced micro productivity in the day, but increased macro legacy productivity. That's it for this video. Just a few thoughts floating around in my head on this Wednesday morning. I hope this has helped you ask a few questions of your own workflow. If it has, please drop a comment in the comment box below. Make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one for more industry videos around filmmaking, editing, and color grading. Peace out.